the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Aaron's Hour, coast to coast, coming to you from the heart of Virginia Beach Town Center. We're about 10 miles from the ocean. And you know what? Listen, we're wrapping up. We're in April. The first quarter of the year is over. Spring is in the air since we last met. April Fool's Day is come and gone. The start of Passover was this past week. Good Friday was Friday. Easter's tomorrow. And whatever holiday, whatever traditions, whatever you want to celebrate, just make it the best possible holiday that you can. Thank you for making me part of your Saturday. As always, we are on Facebook, 3 pages. We are on YouTube, the same 3 pages. Aaron's Hour, WWDBTV, and WWDBTV. And of course, tomorrow, 1 p.m., you can catch the show as well on DBTV.TV. But joining me in studio, as you can tell, I am not alone. Actually, there's more people in the studio than you can actually see. But my guest today is a gentleman I met a couple of months ago at another event. I had an opportunity to chat with him and was inspired by his story. He is a motivational speaker, and he is a what I like to call a guidance counselor and inspiration. Yeah. Mr. Sadiq Zahir joins me here in studio. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Aaron.
Good to see you. I said meet you, but I meant to see you again. And of course, you want to tell the world who's sitting behind the camera with us today in studio?
Got my wife and my son.
Let's give him a shout out. Give him names.
Amina, and we got Charles.
All right, and he's back there. He's like this debonair gentleman this morning.
Oh,
he's all good behavior because I told him if he behaves and listens to mom and dad, maybe we got a little something for him. So, and your wife now, she's also an entrepreneur too. And what does she do? What does she do to keep you busy?
What don't she do?
What doesn't do? Right. Most wives, right? It's usually a short list, right?
I'm a handful. She's Amina Consultants.
All right.
She's a go-to.
She's the go-to.
Whatever you need, she's a go-to.
All right. We may have to chat also about what we can do to help this little franchise here. Thank you for making us part of your day. Of course, as always, my day would not be complete without me giving a shout out to the man pushing all the buttons back in Las Vegas, Mr. John Stiles. Mr. John, how are you?
Outstanding.
Well, come inside. I keep telling you that every week. Hey, listen, I pulled this up on Facebook on the WWDB TV, and I don't see the thread on there. Has the stream started there, sir? Because I'm not seeing it on my phone.
I'm sorry, say that on your WWDB
TV. I'm not seeing the stream live on there, sir.
Okay, I'm showing it here. Really? You're talking about on your YouTube, not the Facebook, right?
I'm talking about on the Facebook page, WWDB TV.
On your WWDB TV.
On Facebook. We should be streaming.
Right. Oh, okay. So they lifted the ban.
Or not only on there, but all the other one, the Aaron Phillips, The Voice page. There it is. Okay. Yeah, lifted the ban.
There's usually sometimes a minute or two delay.
I got you. So we want to find the feed, everybody, on Aaron Phillips, The Voice is the page you want to find it on Facebook, not Aaron's Hour. Facebook. Listen, Facebook has been good to my audience, but they start blocking pages for reasons that are totally inappropriate and confounded because they rely on algorithms and computers. And then when you want to question and appeal why they have certain things like that, they don't make it easy to do all of that. So anyway, so yes, Aaron Phillips, The Voice is the Facebook page you want. You'll find the feed. You'll find the live show there. You'll find it on John's pages. You'll find it on YouTube under the Aaron's Hour Show, WWDB TV on YouTube, as well as WWDB TV. And anyway, so what's exciting? What's some quick headlines going on in Las Vegas? I got my own little stories, but I want to see from your perspective. John, this should be a new segment. Vegas from John's view. Okay. What's happening there?
For those of you who aren't politically astute,
wait, did you just curse? I'm not sure if you did or didn't.
No. Last Saturday we had the No Kings protest rally here.
Oh, we had it here in Virginia Beach as well.
Yep. Yeah. Like over 8 million people went out on the street, and I'm kind of disappointed because my local Antifa chapter is no longer paying us to protest. So I had to give
Your
that
direct
up.
deposit was stopped, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they ran out of money, man.
Oh my goodness.
At $100 an hour for 8 million people, it got a little expensive for them. So
Got a little pricey. We had a protest here in Virginia Beach in town center last Saturday, about maybe a couple of hundred people. Excuse me. I only know of one protester, according to the news this past week, that was arrested for blocking traffic. But other than that, it was peaceful. I mean, everybody did their thing and adhered to the laws to be safe and still get their message out. But yeah,
well, regardless of your political affiliation, I
Right.
mean, it's one of our constitutional rights. And what people forget, and I say this all the time, with freedom comes responsibility.
right.
And get out there and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Well, I do, but
Exercise your right to vote.
Exercise your right, and because if you don't, it's just like any muscle in your body. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it.
That's right. And for a lot of
Hey,
people,
that was pretty good, man. I got to do my own segment now.
I was going to say, you ought to now take the rest of the day off right after my show.
Hey, maybe Antifa will start paying me again. Who knows?
Yeah, don't hold your breath. All right. Thank you, John. All right. By the way, today's show is brought to you by Coastal Aesthetics 757. If you are a male and having some medical issues with your significant other, then simply check out Coastal Aesthetics. Tidewater Community College, from here, go anywhere. We want to thank them for supporting us. Sky 4, my family, where you'll see my show, The Voice of 757, every Saturday from 12:30 to 1 p.m. on Cox Cable Channel 4. And, of course, Elite Financial Services. We want to thank all of these folks for sponsoring the show. We'll get to their messages during the first commercial break. With that, without further ado, it is now time for Vegas and Rap 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, here we go. I'm just checking in with Sadiq here to find out what his favorite sports are. So I went 1 for 2 on the sports news. So let's start with the one that he's not a big fan of, which neither am I. But for those of you in Las Vegas and travelers around the world who like the Formula One racing, of course, many of you know by now that for the next 7 more years, Formula One racing is right there in the heart of Las Vegas. All that started when I was still living out there, and the locals are still not big fans of it because of what it does to the local community and the roads and how they tie up through like 3.5 miles of the strip traffic. But for those of you who want to start planning for this year's Formula One race later on this year, public ticket sales begin Thursday, May 7th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. American Express card members will have access to pre-sale starting on Tuesday, May 5th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So single-day general admission tickets start at $50 for Thursday practice. 3-day general admission tickets in the Flamingo Zone start at just under $500. Grandstand seats range from $925 to just over $2,000 for 3-day passes. Now, hospitality packages start at just over $2,500 a ticket. Quote, the first 3 years of the Las Vegas Grand Prix have been a vital period of growth and evolution, said Emily Prazer, president and CEO of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. We have a clearer picture than ever the experiences our fans are looking for. Now, supposedly, the 2025 race was sold out. Fans can place a deposit now through April 30th to secure priority access and waived fees. Flexible payment plans will be available through September 15th. Once again, the face will feature the return of F1 Academy, an all-female racing series. And the Las Vegas Strip Circuit has recorded 181 overtakes, top speeds accelerating 225 miles per hour. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just a normal, typical Saturday on the Strip. Anyway, I digress. Here's another news. This one you'll like as a football. Who's your favorite football team?
Baltimore. Come on, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot where we are. And you're a native of the area. I should have known that.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
of course.
Absolutely. Well, it's official. John, you must have been jumping up and down when this announcement came out. The NFL owners have awarded the 2029 Super Bowl back to Las Vegas during their annual meetings this past week. Why are you shaking your head? You're not happy that's in Vegas?
No.
I'm leaving town.
You're leaving town that weekend? Well, the Super Bowl, let's see. So, of course, we had Super Bowl 58 back in 2024 was there in Las Vegas. The vote required at least 24 of the 32 owners to approve it. So obviously that happened. We're excited to bring the Super Bowl back to Las Vegas and provide our fans another incredible experience in one of America's greatest sports and entertainment destinations, said NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. We're proud the NFL has selected Las Vegas to host Super Bowl 60, said Steve Hill, President and CEO of the Las Vegas Convention Authority, in a statement. Quote, our first Super Bowl showcased the unique energy and scale only this destination can offer, bringing together world-class sports, entertainment, and hospitality all in one place. Las Vegas was built for moments like this, and we look forward to delivering another exceptional experience for fans in 2029. The 2029 Super Bowl is scheduled to air on Fox Sports. Why do you not want to go to Las Vegas to see a Super Bowl? Are you not a fan of Las Vegas?
I ain't gonna say I'm not a fan of Las Vegas, but football, nah.
Not for that, huh?
Nah.
Well, listen, the good thing is you don't need to be a Raiders fan to go there, so you're good to go if you wanted to.
Yeah, for the nightlife, yeah.
Yeah, the other excitement, right? Sure. All right, here you go. But Las Vegas, we talked about this for many years when I was doing my shows in Las Vegas about how Vegas, not that it's gone away from shows as entertainment and food, but the sports now, Vegas is really becoming a sports mecca town. The Vegas Valley is set for a major run of sporting events in 2028 with the Final Four for the NCAA Final Four happening in early April. The A's expected to open their new stadium and play their first game in 2028. And then the possibility, which all started this past week again, of an NBA expansion team possibly settling in Las Vegas. Las Vegas really is becoming a sports mecca. All right. Couple of pieces of news here locally, and then we'll go to our first break so that when we come back, we can get started with our chat with Sadiq because he's got a great story to tell. One of the things I love talking about are lottery winners. One thing that Virginia does really, really well, and I'll keep stressing this message when it comes to Las Vegas and the state of Nevada for their education, portions of all lottery winnings go to K-12 education here in the state of Virginia. I don't know if you're aware of that, but in the last fiscal year, state of Virginia put in over $900 million into educational budget. So good for them. Here's the story. The winner of a millionaire's raffle lottery ticket bought in Alexandria's Delray neighborhood has claimed the final $1 million prize after initially forgetting she had the ticket in her pocket to check. How often would you have a lottery ticket in your pocket and forget to check it?
Imagine going to wash your clothes. So you're like, I'm not washing clothes.
No more clothes. According to the Virginia Lottery, the woman got the ticket as a Christmas gift from her best friend, and she put it in a box. The woman did not realize she had won until months later when her friend spotted a sign at a store and suggested she check her ticket. Also in the state of Virginia, if you win $1 million or more, you can claim your prize anonymously. You don't have to state who you are. The Arlington resident plans to use her winnings to pay bills and travel with the friend who gave her the ticket. Now she says, quote, now I owe her a winning ticket in next year's raffle, she told the Virginia Lottery. So congratulations to that person. And last but not least,
that ticket that I gave you,
I
need 10%.
You need to, you got it. If I have a winning ticket, you get 10%. Just remember, 10% of nothing is still nothing. Anyway, here's a great cause that's kicking off. Crush Cancer fundraising kickoff event will be happening here in Virginia Beach. Supporters of Crush Cancer gathered at the Marriott Virginia Beach oceanfront this past week, back on the 18th of March, to kick off fundraising efforts for this year's Cycle for Survivor event. The money raised benefits the national movement. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Cheska. Good morning. Thank you for checking in. The money raised benefits the national movement to beat rare cancers. Since 2015, Crush Cancer has raised more than $2.7 million for Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And how do they do this? They put together biking. If you like to bike, this is the place for you to go. While being treated for injuries for a bike crash, doctors discovered that Kevin Johnson had leukemia. His message to men living with cancer, he says, quote, men with cancer tend not to speak out and seek help and talk to others, and we do social and emotional support for men with cancer to talk to other men with cancer. This year, we are doing our first Virginia Men's Cancer Retreat. Every penny raised goes towards pioneering research and clinical trials. So, Crush Cancer, Sunday, May 3rd. This is the 11th annual Crush Cancer event. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. down at the Cavalier Golf and Yacht Club down right there, down in the heart of Virginia Beach. All riders are required to select a time slot and claim a free ticket to ride on event day. You can go to letscrushcancer.org/register-2TO-ride. You have 6 times you could select: 10 a.m. to 10:30, 10:45 to 11:15 a.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., 12:15 to 12:45, 1 p.m. to 1:30, and the final ride, 1:45 to 2:15 p.m. Obviously, they're 30-minute slots with a 15-minute buffer in between. But again, just go to that red website I gave you, letscrushcancer.org, and I'm sure there's an events tab there, and you can click on all the information. Great cause. All right, that does it for that Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. So before we go to commercial break, let me share a message from one of our sponsors, Elite Financial Services. If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, CEO of Elite Financial Services, LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corps and C Corps, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, and securing real business funding. And for those ready to step into the industry of tax services, they will also teach you and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. At Elite Financial Services, we don't just file taxes, we build financial power. Aaron Zahir will continue right after these messages.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Tidewater Community College.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
All right, welcome back to Aaron Zahir with Aaron Phillips, Coast to Coast. Thank you for joining me today, making me and Sadiq part of your Saturday. I absolutely appreciate it. All right. Sadiq Zahir is a motivational speaker and life skills coach who uses his real-life journey from addiction, neglect, and incarceration to inspire transformation. Born locally here, Virginia's Eastern Shore, and raised in Baltimore, hence the Ravens connection there. He represents what it looks like to turn pain into purpose. Through his platform, Sadiq Zahir Speaks, he empowers individuals, especially men and entrepreneurs, to take accountability, shift their mindset, and build a life aligned with purpose. He also serves as director of the King Set Outreach Program and is a board member of Social Blend while pursuing a degree in psychology in South University. Thank you for coming in, sir.
I appreciate it.
We've been planning this for about a month. My schedule, we thought we had one day locked down, and then I went to plug it on my calendar. I'm like, oh, sorry, can't do that. I'm out of town. And then finally, we got it done. And here we are today to talk about you and your program. I was so enthralled when I met you at the Social Blend event. I didn't know you were a board member.
Yeah.
You're a board member of that chapter that we were at?
Yes.
With Chris and those guys?
Chris,
okay.
yeah, yes.
You heard the story about Chris and I. We're from Jersey and everything.
Yeah.
That was small world. Anyway, I was so enthralled hearing your story the few minutes that you chatted. I love inspirational stories. And And this past week, I had Nikki Lozano, who was also at that last meeting, and she was also her first podcast that she was being interviewed. And I just found out during commercial break, this is his first one too. I love doing the first ones because now, I would say everything can go up, but we've raised the bar. You're on my show, my friend. Everything below will be less than that. But hey, what am I going to tell you? No, I'm only kidding. But I think your story, we love redemption stories. Our society loves when the underdog has the opportunity to come back and overpower and overcome. So what was your motivation to, dare I say, change gears and take those experiences that I shared in your introduction and say, you know what, I'm going to make these experiences, though negative and bad for me, but I'm going to turn them into something good?
See, I got to my breaking point when I lost my mother.
Okay.
I was away, so it got to ends where I realized that things had to change.
Okay.
And it might sound corny, but I was listening to Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror.
Oh, yeah. And very powerful.
That's when I looked at myself in the mirror and said, you have to change.
Right.
So when I came home, transition, it's still a struggle because you still have that stigma on you.
Okay.
And nobody still want to give you that chance.
Sure.
So you have to be your
Make
voice
your own.
and be who you say you are. You
Okay.
can't say that you are something and not show it.
Sure.
You have to speak it and show it because the only way somebody's going to give you that chance. And coming from incarceration, a lot of us, when we get that no, we get discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
We fall back. We don't show as we say because nobody want to give us that shot.
Right.
But we got to keep pushing forward.
Probably the toughest thing that a human has to deal with is when you get those negative reactions to what you're trying to do or who you are as a person, whatever it is, to continue to overcome. Because I got to imagine because I've had moments, I think you speak to anybody, whether they're successful or not in life, whatever one defines as success or not, we all have those situations in life where we feel beaten down, we feel depressed. And I think the hardest thing to recognize in ourselves is, you know what, I can still move forward. Would you agree? I mean, is that a fair statement to make that, after a while, it gets harder to keep moving forward when you're beaten down so much?
To me, it all evolves in who you evolve yourself around.
Okay.
The network of people that you involve yourself around.
That makes sense.
See, my situations, I didn't involve myself in a network of positive people.
Okay.
I kept going to the things that I knew best.
Your familiarity.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's what caused me kept getting into my situations.
Gotcha.
I can't blame them.
Right.
I only can blame myself
because you kept making the choice to go back
in those situations.
Makes sense.
So now I'm involved in a network in a community of positive, influential men.
Okay.
Black enterprise,
okay,
social media,
right,
networking,
right,
with you right here on the podcast. So now is
which I'm honored to have you here with.
I appreciate
sincerity,
and I appreciate it. So now is me showing that putting myself around positive people, positive things are coming.
Right.
DOC, which I was at, they want me to come in.
DOC,
Department of Corrections.
Okay.
They want me to come in and do a motivational speak.
Okay.
And it comes from, like I said, you got to show what you say you are.
Right. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Right?
You got to put yourself around positive people. You can't say that, oh, such and such got me locked up.
Right. Right.
No, you put yourself around such and such to get yourself.
Makes sense.
But now you can say, hey, I'm with Aaron. I'm podcasting. Who knows? Next month I might have another speaking engagement.
Right.
Guess
Sure.
what? It came from putting myself around that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. So if someone does want you to speak, and I usually ask this a little later, but let's jump on it. How can people reach out to you? Where can they find your material, your platform?
Instagram, TikTok. You can email me directly. Sadiq Zahir Speaks. SADIQZAHIR SPEAKS.
Okay, very good. I believe on my promo post on Facebook, I have your logos that you sent me, so you can also go check out my promo post on Facebook under my personal page, Aaron Phillips, or Aaron Phillips the Voice. You can check it out there. You can see the logos there with all the names, and I'll put that in the chat room so John could put all that up on the crawl as we go. All right. So if I may, if I ask a question that you don't want to divulge the answer to, please tell me no, but I'm going to ask anyway, and because that's my job. So how long were you incarcerated? I want to build a little backstory for people to understand.
I did a total of almost 11 years. Okay. I did 7, came home for 2 years, went back for 3.5.
Okay. I'm not going to ask for what. That's irrelevant. So you did a total of 11 years. So when you were, so did you learn the hardest lesson about your life? Obviously, every time you came out, like you said, you kept going back to those influences. What was the aha moment for you when you said, that's it, I'm done with this negative stuff and these people, I am turning this corner now? What was that moment for you?
You know, it's ironic. I say my second time going in the Department of Corrections.
Okay.
And that was 3.5 years. And somebody would be like, I figured that you would learn from 7 years.
Sure.
But actually, I didn't.
Okay.
You know, it was my first time in the Department of Corrections. And believe it or not, DOC technically is the same thing as it is on the streets.
Okay.
So when I got in there, I got caught up in the prison politics.
Sure.
And I started making irrational decisions.
Okay.
I started losing good form. But it didn't bother me because I was young.
Right.
I didn't really have no responsibilities.
Right. It was just you.
So I didn't have no support system. So
Right.
I had to fend for myself.
Right.
So those 7 years, I didn't learn.
Okay.
You know. So I came my second time I went in. This is how weird it gets. I'm sitting back, I'm looking in the pod, I'm like, that's what I used to be involved in.
So
like,
you were kind of like looking at yourself outside of it.
Yes, I'm looking like that's what I used to do.
Wow.
And then when it comes to we getting on administrative lockdowns,
Okay.
or we getting shakedowns, or we losing wreck,
Okay.
and everybody fussing, wondering why. But then you sit back and you wonder, like, if you didn't just got caught with that,
right,
we wouldn't have did this.
Right.
But we're so caught up in the politics, we're not looking at it.
Right.
But as you get older,
right,
more maturely, mentally,
right,
you observe things and not like, nah, I can't keep doing this.
So I want to build the timeline for my viewers. So, okay, so your second stint was 3.5 years. How long has it been since then to now?
I just came home last year, May 28th.
Really? So you're a year removed from that second stint. Okay, I don't, you're so polished in delivering your story when we met at Social Blend. I would have sworn it would have been multiple years, in all seriousness.
Believe it or not, I battled so many obstacles.
Okay.
Since May 28th.
Okay.
To this day.
So you're like coming up on your 1 year anniversary.
Correct.
Wow. Okay.
But the battles I done fought,
sure,
you'd have thought I'd have been home 2-3 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because when I met you at Social Blend, as polished as you are to talk about and what you're trying to do and be a speaker, and your lovely wife and your son, that's got to be years ago.
See, that's the thing. This is not Sadiq. That's the strong backbone that pushed Sadiq to be Sadiq.
Sure.
I wouldn't be delivering this message if it wasn't for her.
Right.
She's the one that encouraged me, say, you have a positive message. People need to hear your message.
Absolutely.
Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have did it.
Most wives know it's better for us anyway.
And see, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be back in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay.
I would have been out doing what I know best, because I had so many obstacles come my way since I've been home. I almost got to the borderline of giving up.
Really?
I just called Eli 2 weeks ago. I said, bro, I'm about to crash out.
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, I called Eli. I'm about to crash out.
And that was after the Social Blend event.
Social Blend.
By the way, Eli Cologne, who you've seen on the show numerous times, is who we're referring to. So shout out to Eli. I'll throw a segue out there about Eli, about something he and I are doing to support nonprofits here momentarily. But I didn't realize that. Wow. Okay. Obviously, whatever worked in conversation with him, you're here and we're talking about, and you're able to share that you hit a little bit of a bottom a couple of weeks ago. Okay. So what was the message that your wife gave you when it was like, okay, now we've got to take your story and now let's use it for power of good, right? And develop this plan of sharing your message. How did she convince you that it was okay to do that and share your story and make it meaningful for others to learn from? Because what I find interesting as I read your bio, you focus your message on men. Right? A lot of the organizations that I work with and people that I come in contact with are either women messages or both men and women.
Correct.
This is rare that I'm sitting with an organization or a gentleman that wants to give a message to the men.
Correct. Now, us as men, our number one issue is pride.
No.
Plain and simple. We have more pride barriers taking advice from a woman than we do from a man. A lot of things a woman can't teach us men. Only us men can teach us men. A woman can't teach us how to tie a basic necktie. A woman can't teach us how to actually have a male-to-male conversation. A woman can't teach our sons how to be men. Only us as men can do that. So I feel like the way that us men can network and build each other is the same way our communities can network and build each other. But it only starts with us. It only starts with you. You have to be that one that said, you know what, I'm gonna take that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's a 3-day challenge, see how fast you can tie a base neck tie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take that challenge, see how fast I can tie this tie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you got that tie tied and you feel comfortable with yourself, now I'm gonna strive and see what other career I can look for today.
Okay.
Even if you don't want to push the pen to go and online or call, you can say, "Hey, Aaron, you know somebody might be looking for somebody in this area."
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll conversate.
Right.
But you have to feel comfortable with yourself.
Absolutely.
And only a man can help a man to feel comfortable with himself. Because if a woman try to teach you, you're going to get discouraged. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get upset.
Right. Interesting. Never thought. I said it jokingly. I mean, most women can have us husbands do whatever they want us to because that's just the way we are. But I never really thought about that. The style of conversation, the way guys can talk to each other like they're in the locker room. There are just certain things that you can do as men. I just love the fact that it's focused on communicating with men and direct to men. Now, of course, also with your 2 stints behind bars, you were dealing in the male population also, which is what you know best in terms of what the inner workings of the male population is, both good and bad.
And how would it feel for you to come to a Father's Day dinner, a Father's Day gala, which is all fathers?
Right.
See, they have Mother's Days.
Right.
They have Mother Day galas. They have Valentine's Days, which is for mothers.
Right.
They have mother and daughter dances.
Right.
But you don't have a mother and son a father and son basketball tournament.
Right.
You don't have a father and son softball tournament. You don't have a father's gala.
Right.
You don't have a Father's Day dinner.
Right.
Now, if you as a father, how would you feel to get an invitation saying, "Hey, you're invited to a +1 Father's Day gala"?
Right.
And when you walk in there, it's all fathers.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. It's. I love it. I see some events coming down the pike for you. I think that's what we're alluding to here. Bottom of the hour. Just want to remind everybody, thank you for tuning in to Coast to Coast. Aaron Zahir here. My guest today is Sadiq Zahir. He's got a program called Sadiq Zahir Speaks. It's a great platform to share his message from addiction, neglect, and incarceration to taking that experience and making an impact in someone's life. We talked about, what did you do to protect your mental resiliency? I want to go back to that. I know you mentioned you spoke to Eli a couple of weeks ago when you had one of those moments of vulnerability, but how often do you check in with yourself mentally and whatnot to make sure that you're where you need to be to stay in the positive, to deliver your message, to stay in the positive because of your family? Talk about that.
Oh, every day is a battle.
Right.
You have to take a moment to yourself and say, "This you got it. You free."
Do you have a ritual or something that you do every day to check, like meditation or practice? What do you do every day to make sure you're where you need to be?
Salat, which is prayer.
Okay.
Read. I'm a fitness fanatic. I love working out.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. What do you read? What do you like to read?
I read more like self-helps.
Okay.
I read like, Knowledge of a Black Man.
Okay.
Black Civilization.
Okay.
48 Laws of Power.
Gotcha.
Know Your Inner Self.
Okay.
And it goes on.
Okay. What kind of workouts you like to do?
Calisthenics. I do a little bit of dumbbells, kettlebells, but I'm more push-ups, sit-ups, squats.
Ever try CrossFit? You should come with me to my CrossFit gym once as a guest. Come on.
I told I got back problems.
Oh, so the back is kicking in. I love it. All right. Before we get ready to go to our final break of the show, I have some other questions to ask you that have nothing to do with anything other than I want people to learn about Sadiq, the person behind all of this. I mean, we've obviously tipped on that in a way that I generally don't, but are you ready?
Yeah.
These are quick answers. Don't look for help back there. There's no phone a friend or anything like that. All right, here you go. You ready?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor of all time?
Adam Sandler.
Well, I barely finished this. Adam Sandler. I love it. Favorite actress of all time? Female version.
Scarlett
Johansson? Oh, yeah. Favorite movie of all time, so that when it comes on your television or your TV or whatever, you grab your family, you sit down, you turn your phone off, your favorite beverage to drink, water or whatever, popcorn, you're not bothered for a couple hours. What movie is that?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, my goodness. I love it. This is so good. I love it. All right. Favorite genre of music?
Afrobeats.
Okay. Now, picture this. You're driving in your car. You got a red light.
Mhm.
I don't know if you're like 99% of the rest of the population, but when you're in your car, it's like your own traveling karaoke studio and you're singing and bebopping. You don't care what you look like. Everybody's like, what song is your favorite karaoke song when it comes on the radio?
Oh, it's the Bruno Mars song with my wife.
What is the song? Do you know what it is? You can say it out loud.
Versace on the floor.
Okay. Versace on the floor. There, see, these guys are on it. I love it. I love this. I love this. Oh my goodness. What is your son's reaction when you start karaoke?
He jumps in.
He jumps in. Oh, so we have a family like trio here. I love it. I love it. All right, very good. Favorite all-time dream vacation spot you'd like to go see?
Go see my homeland, Dominican Republic.
Oh, really? Okay, you've never been there?
No.
Okay, so you were born here in the States.
Yes.
Family was okay. That's on your priority list.
Oh yes.
Favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with the appetizer.
Oh man.
What's your favorite appetizer? Got to be crab cakes coming from the Baltimore area.
Believe it or not, I'm a turkey person.
Okay, so what's your favorite appetizer for Thanksgiving? Let's model around a Thanksgiving meal.
I don't celebrate holidays.
Okay.
But if I'm around and around somebody company,
Sure.
I would say I gotta have a turkey breast. I'm a breast fanatic.
Okay.
I love turkey. Like that's what maybe.
So what's your sides then with the turkey? What's your favorite vegetable?
Yams. Let's see, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
With the white gravy. You got to have the white gravy. And broccoli
Not
and
too
cheese.
much starch and carbs in that meal.
And broccoli and cheese. I'm a big fanatic of broccoli and cheese.
Are you?
Broccoli and cheese, asparagus and cheese.
Okay.
That's
But the cheese, as a guy who works out, you don't want too much cheese.
I burns it off.
Favorite dessert after all
Boston cream.
Boston cream pie. See, if you had chocolate cream pie. As a Yankee fan, I can't do anything with Boston related.
But see, I'm a Boston boy in NBA, so.
Well, that does it for today's show. Sadiq Zahir. No, I'm only kidding. All right, we're going to come back more with Sadiq. We're going to take our second break. When we come back, we will finish up with Sadiq, talk about some other things. And when we come back, I got to deliver the message from Elite again. So, John, take us to break. We'll be right back.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
All right, welcome back. Again, this message from Elite Financial Services. If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, CEO of Elite Financial Services, LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corps and C Corps, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, and securing real business funding. And for those who want to get into the tax industry, they teach taxes and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. That's 757-717-2411. At Elite Financial Services, we just don't file taxes. We build financial power. All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, Sadiq Zahir. He has a program called Sadiq Zahir Speaks. If you've missed anything about today's interview, please make sure you go back and watch it as soon as we're done. Let's give the information again for people to reach out to you, please.
SADIQ ZAHIR SPEAKS, Instagram, Twitter, or you can email me directly.
Our buddy Eli's ears must have been burning him earlier because he's in the chat room now.
I wonder what he can say.
And let's see, he just did put a message in there, so I'm sure John will pick it up and throw it across the screen. So I also put in the chat room. John will put there you go. Oh, you guys, you already know Captain Connections is charging the course for real connections. Absolutely. By the way, I teased this a little bit ago, but Eli and I have started a new venture called core501.com. More to come in announcements officially here in the coming weeks, but our business that we're going to work together is to benefit nonprofits. We're going to be a one-stop shop resource for everything from how to even get started to everything from branding to web design to media, whatever it is to get your nonprofit off the ground. Eli and I will be out here ready to help you. That's core501.com, coming soon to a theater near you. Okay, let's get back to Sadiq and his program here. So let's talk about something you put in your notes today: building vision and executing with purpose. What does that mean?
Us as men, first and foremost, I know I key directing towards men. We have to build something to strive for, because if we don't have no strive in life. Okay. My build is to spread my message, to help at least one person. If I don't help no more than one person, I done did what I'm entitled to do as a person. As a man, as a Muslim man, I did what I'm supposed to do. I helped somebody. And see, that's my build. So now my purpose is to go and give my word, deliver my purpose, show you my purpose, show you my value. Because if I can show you my value, then you will know your value. And see, I look at it as a ripple effect. Okay. If I show you my value, you realize your value, you share your value, then that person realizes their value, then they're going to share their value.
The old commercial and so on and so on and so on. Sure.
So that's what I live by.
Okay. So how do you get your message out now? Like, what's your following base? I know you have your programs. Do you do a lot of public speaking? I mean, are you looking for organization? How can my platform today right now help you spread your message and talk to men and entrepreneurs out there that may need to hear your message?
Oh, like right now, as far as I do TikTok Reels.
Okay.
You know, I put Reels out. I have reached out to some organizations for some events. Hopefully they reach out. Okay. But majority right now, like I said, I just do everything through TikTok, Instagram. Okay. Well, if I happen to walk across you in person, hey, I'm gonna talk to you just like this. Sure. You know, because we can do anything through social media, but it's more directly by word. I might see you in Food Line. You might be having a bad day. Right. Hey man, you all right? You know, it's gonna be okay. You all right? You know your value. You're worth it. Right. What? Who was you to tell me this? How do you suggest to somebody to define their value? We keep using that word, but I want to know from your perspective, how do you suggest individuals define their own value? Main thing is understand what you really want in life. Understand who you are. Okay. Not what this person say you are. Okay. Not what that person say you are. Not what Department of Corrections defines you as. You know, school define you, your community, no matter who define you, you have to see who you are. Everybody else is a blank screen. Okay. Like you told me, it's my first time podcast. Don't worry about everybody else now. That's right. It's a blank screen. And that's what you have to do in your vision and internalizing who you are. Okay. You have to use everybody else as a blank screen because that's your distractions. Okay. If you ever played a sport, in order to score a goal, a field goal, a basket, or run across that goal line, you have to get rid of your distractions. Right, right. That's what everybody else are. They're distractions. Are there myths and misnomers that people have to bust through to build their own value? Like,
obviously we all have beliefs.
Correct.
And some of these beliefs need to be fixed in order for us to get to understanding our value. But what kind of myths or similar messages are men telling you, or people telling you in general, that you go, that's only a myth?
The main thing I hate the most is men don't cry.
Okay.
We cry.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what.
Right.
In a house by yourself, we cry.
Sure.
So just because somebody tell you that men don't cry, that is a major myth. There's nothing wrong with crying.
Right.
Be honest, women love it more when a man showing emotion.
Put that on your dating app, people.
Hey, really?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Because if you have the emotions to cry in front of someone, then you're telling someone you need help.
Right.
You don't understand. You're out of control right now.
Right.
Comfort. Help me. But by you bottling it up and then try to do it away, only thing you're doing is releasing more toxins, because you have no one around you to help you to vent it out or help you figure it out. You're stuck in a confined area by yourself. See, when you have yourself in a box area, you have no outlet.
Right.
You have no release. So the same attitude that you went in with is the same attitude that you're going to have when you come out, because when you come out that box, even if someone try to help you come out that box, you're not going to accept it because you're still mad with the world.
Right. We're always work in progress. Humans are just always work in progress.
Right.
Is there ever a point where you think people can get to a point to be satisfied with who they are, or should they always strive to be, always strive to keep building that value for themselves?
I would say just strive, because we're no way, form, and fashion of life we're going to have 100% perfect life. We're not. Einstein said it best. We all have a form of insanity. We all do the same thing and expect different results. Plain and simple.
Well, isn't that the definition of being crazy, is we keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results?
It depends. Now, if you let it get you to the point to where you go insane, then yeah, that's your mental health, which is all mental health factors. Because single mom, if she getting her kids up, getting them to school, feeding them breakfast every day to either break a time barrier, get them to school faster, get them dressed faster, get them fed faster, or we going to work, we're doing the same task to either get a promotion, so forth. So we're technically all insane, but some of us just don't know how to ask for help in certain critiques, because at our jobs, we're doing the same thing, but we might be frustrated and don't know how to say, hey, can you help me with this? Like, go to the doctor. We're insane. If you break your arm and you go to this doctor constantly, you go to this doctor constantly, he's telling you there's nothing wrong with your arm. You insane because you're going to this same doctor and getting the same results instead of going to a different doctor.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. John, there's a message in there from Elias Cologne, Make It Click. If you could please put that message up across the screen, I'd like to share it. Make it click. C, care for people. L, link into your mission. I, infuse smart thinking. C, commit to excellence. And K, keep it enjoyable. He loves acronyms. Give us CORE too. Put CORE up there so John can share that too. CORE 501, which is the main thrust. He boo-hoos. He says I boo-hoo all the time.
I know.
Oh gosh, gotta love Eli. That's why I love working with him.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for Eli to ask me to do Social Blend and host that for him, you and I would not have met.
That is correct.
6 degrees of separation is the way I always look at it. All right. Before we wrap up here, I have a few more of those crazy, silly questions to ask. So are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here you go. Batman or Superman?
Superman. Only reason why I say Superman is because he like me, Man of Steel. Batman, he just got money. I just put it out there.
Wow. Well, you'll never see Zeke on these airways. No, I'm only kidding. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. When the day comes, many years from now, and you're laid to rest, and that epitaph is going to be on your stone or whatever, what would you like to see imprinted on that, on your head? What would be the last message that you'd like to give to the world that'll be universal? I ask the tough questions. What can I
It's
say?
not. It's not a tough question.
What's the message you want to hear or leave on your final day on Earth?
The same way I made it, you can make it.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Just head down, striving forward. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I love the redemption stories. Let's give your contact information. Oh, there we go. Core 501 connection, opportunity, resources, and exposure. Thank you, Eli. At least I know I have one listener today out there on the airwaves. Let's wrap up. So right now you have a slate. You're going to look right into the camera. We're going to have people that are watching. What's the message you want to give to our audience, besides also give your contact information again, where they can catch you on TikTok? But talk to my audience direct now and give them a message.
I want y'all to know that you are valuable, no matter what obstacles, situations you have going on. You're valuable. Understand your worth. For everybody that's been in the system, that's going through the system right now, juveniles to adults, keep your head up, keep striving forward. Because some form of fashion down the line of the road, you're going to learn who you are. You're going to learn from your choices. You're going to learn from your decisions. I've been there, from the streets to where you at. I've been there. I fought head and toe. Don't let them people get to you. Don't let them break your spirit. Only you can keep your spirit going. And for the ones that haven't been there, don't go. Like, it's not a life that you want to live. From juveniles to an adult, especially young ones these days. Stop falling down behind an individual because you think it's flashy. Because situations that I've been through, situations that people that you know going through, you don't want to go through them. It's time for us to live together, man. It's time for us to build together. As I say, don't let it define you. Let it remind you. No matter what you've been through in life, don't let it define who you are. Just let it remind you of what you've been through and what you need to go through to be who you are. Anybody want to reach out to me? I'm on Instagram and TikTok, Sadiq Zahir Speaks, where you can catch me on Facebook.
And if you're not sure as to how to find him, if you don't go back and watch, just email me at aaron@thevoiceof757.com. Email me that you want to get in touch with Sadiq. I will absolutely put you all together if you don't recall how to find him there. Again, we have a crawl on the bottom, which you can search online on TikTok, get his message. He's on Facebook, Instagram, because that's how he and I communicate all the time as well. Or like I said, just email me direct. A couple of programming notes next week on this very airwave. Special Olympics will be on. That's right, the same crazy crew that raised $1.7 million due the polar plunge a couple of months ago in that icy water here in the Atlantic Ocean. I'll actually have some of the athletes with me on the show next week. Also, too, in about 30 minutes from now, just as a reminder, 12:30 local time, local channel, Cox Cable Channel 4. The Voice of 757. My guest today is Tim Ritter, co-founder of Family Fun Experience Theater down in Virginia Beach. He'll be on to talk about the theater and all that it offers. And if you missed the show on Channel 4, don't worry. Early part of next week, if you go to the Facebook page titled The Voice of 757, then you'll be able to see the episode as well as all the previous episodes on my show there on the TV on Facebook. So with that, let's see. I'm reading Eli's messages, or you can find us in person at any of the million functions we attend, and we can connect you directly to him via cell. Absolutely. Our insanity is rooted in our ability to make decisions for ourselves. Accountability. Only you can make that change. Also, Eli's message there as well. Everybody, thank you for coming in. It was a pleasure to share some airtime with you. And anything we can do, make sure when this is done, go onto Facebook or YouTube, grab the URL, copy and paste it, and post it on all your social media. And put in your signature lines and everything so people can see the interview and use this as a marketing tool for yourself. All right, everybody, have a great holiday. Happy Passover. If you're still celebrating, tomorrow's Easter. Be safe here in the local area. Early part of the day, weather will cooperate. Later on in the day, winds and rains. So get your Easter hunting in. Whatever it is that you're going to do, just do it safely. So you're back here next Saturday watching my show with Special Olympics. Thank you for watching, everybody. Be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Thank you for watching. take that video.